Welcome back, guys. Today's topic, why mental health stigma affects men in our society. And I have amazing people right here. On my far left, I have your boy Ori, the young Mandela, and following Miss Melody. And she's just shining. And also, my immediate left is my boy TJ, Mr. David. And it's your boy Victor Chibuzo. Guys, let's talk about this. A lot of things have been happening in the society, and when you look about how mental health issues is affecting men these days, and people don't want to talk about it, or people don't want to admit that we men, we pass through things also, and always people are just emphasizing and based on women issues, caring about women and not thinking about men and how we pass through our mental issues. I want to start with Ori. Ori, what do you have to say about this topic?
Um, it's a very long topic. I'm talking about the dimension because we men, I think maybe should I say maybe because we have been put in a position that we should not talk about things. We should be strong. If anything is happening, even if you are crying, they will tell you, say, man, don't they cry now? You man up, you cry inside, And this kind of things is affecting us a big time. Big time. It kills inside. You see at the end of the day, if you don't discuss this thing, if you don't talk about these things, people commit suicide, they kill themselves, they do all sorts of things. And maybe it's after when they die, you now see some note or some things, and now say, why you no talk now? Why you know that? And when you look at the society, anything about men is always a competition. See, when we are talking about men and their life, people should try to listen and to hear them out when they speak, because it's something that we don't talk much. But I would like to advise men they should try to find one or two people to talk to. Because I believe if you have one or two people that you can share your feelings, your things with, it will relieve you a little bit. You will be able to control yourself, you'll be able to live freely. At least you voice out your mind and, Though I feel that's the problem, that people don't want to hear when men are talking. They're like, okay, you have to man up, you have to do this, you have to do that. And it's affecting us a lot.
Yeah. Hey. Melody, I know we're talking about this mental health of a man, and yeah, you're the only woman in our midst, and we talking about men same as some ladies, some women are having same problem, but when it comes to men, nobody cares. That's why we kind of say mental issues or mental health for men. So, but what do you have to say about this?
For me, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. I honestly feel like men do hide a lot of things because of the society we're in. Like sometimes you'll get men that, like example, get beaten up by their wives, and they're not allowed to talk about it, because when they talk about it, other men will laugh and be like, how can a woman beat you up? There's no way a woman can beat you up. Do you understand? So like those type of things really break someone down mentally. And for me, it's really a big thing. It's a big issue. It's something I feel like we need to get to a point as people, whereby we okay with men speaking up. We like, if Tunji had to come to you and tell you, bro, like I'm broken, you shouldn't be like, what do you mean you're broken? You're a man. Like, there's no need for, like, you should be able to be like, okay, you're broken, let me give you a hug. Do you understand? Or, bro, let's talk about it. What is the issue? Because the thing is, when you talk about things, that's sometimes or most times where you get your solution. So speaking up really does help. But because men are not allowed to speak up, they should bottle things up, they should man up, it's really a big issue. Because sometimes even in a relationship, men are not allowed to speak about their problems. Like, how are you someone's partner and you can't tell your partner what you're going through? So it's a big issue. It's a big issue.
Yo, TJ,
Pastor.
the way you just like quiet, I felt like, you know why I wanted to start with you last, because I want you to like to get it down on you, you know. What do you have to say about this, TJ?
Yeah, I mean, you guys have said it, but uh, everything needs to be, everything now, it's a system. There's a lot of things that is, the mainstream media is not helping us. And, you know, like this guy said, but I just have, I need us to begin to change the narrative. I can't see a man crying, and in my head, I'm feeling like he's less of a man. Part of being strong is because yeah, part of being strong is breaking down, and then you rebuild yourself again. So that's you being strong. So you go out every day doing the right thing, what you're supposed to do. That's you being strong. So I don't like, you know, it's a shame that even us sitting down here, right? You understand that the system has put it in our head, the mainstream media has put it in our head to the point whereby, you know, when you hear a certain thing about a certain man, in your head now, you're already feeling like that man didn't do it well. You already feel like the man is less of himself without you even knowing the person. You've not been in the person's shoe. So it's really not about us. It's about the system. That's because now you realize that there's so many things that is happening in the system now whereby, okay, now you look what they are projecting to our faces. Now there are employment from someone's mischief in a way. Now there are people they call therapists. So now they believe that, just look at it this way. So the system is not telling us that, yo, the next man close to you can help you out by you just giving you a hug, like you said, by just sharing from his own experience to you. But now they want us to now channel our energy to a therapist now, where we need to pay. And maybe the person probably will put you on like 8 or 10 sections.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, but because, and the person might not even, everybody,
Give you a solution.
I believe that
to your
experiential
problem.
knowledge is the best thing.
Yeah.
You want to talk to somebody who has walked through the path you're trying to walk. He can hold you by the hand and walk you through it.
True.
So you don't even know who the so-called therapist is.
Or
So
where they've been.
yeah, so it's really not. It's a system, and we need to, in our head, start changing the narrative in terms of, just imagine that if I go to Ori's house now and I see Ori maybe probably making noodles for the wife, what is the feedback in your head? What are you telling the man? So it's really not you're powerless. It's what the system has filled into your brain. And we need to start filtering it now to say, okay, you know what? If I see Ori breaking down, hey bro, it's gonna be better. I've been there. You know, this is what I do. Without even thinking, without even adding too much to it. You need to see it as, okay, it's a normal thing. Oh, man, bro, okay, cool. And you know, coming down to, I'm always when it comes to relationship, and I don't. Sometimes I run out of words. You know, Melody said something that, how are you in a relationship with a partner that you cannot be naked to? And these things are funny to me because, because you are having sexual intercourse with somebody,
But you can't.
but you can't tell them what you're going through. So yeah, I can't find the balance, because which means the relationship is not comfortable for you from the beginning. And if it's not comfortable, then you move. Like, so the whole thing, like, I pray that I've decided to, when I have a family, I want to raise my daughter to know that not every relationship will get into marriage. That's how I want to. Yeah, that's how I want to raise her. It's because so that you realize that, man, if this is not what I want, I can chicken out of it. If it's not working, because I mean, okay, so if I'm dating you, so if there's no money, I can't sit down and say, hey, look, babe, we're stuck right now, we can't do these certain things right now. Or if I'm mental, if you're exposing me to things that are stronger than my mental health, so I can't sit down and say, look, this is pressurizing me. So then what are we doing?
Yeah.
You know,
Sorry, Victor, but
okay.
I really on the topic we're on, I really feel it's important we create a safe space for men.
No, you see, like I said earlier, this is why we always channel our energy towards making sure that our women, our kids are doing great, right? But when it comes to us, you hardly find that person, that they are rare of a woman or a wife that can say, baby, I know it's gonna be okay. I don't know, like we men, we also need that
Support
that
group.
care, man, that support system that can, I think we had a topic previously that we talk about how some wife can actually take the story of the house to their friends and all that. When I talk about this, I mean, if you're a wife and your husband got some kind of financial problems and all that, do not leave. I don't know. You need to encourage him, because men sometimes you see them walking on the road, they're talking to themselves these days because things are really happening. Things are hard. This guy.
So it's the system. You realize that, okay, how many people, okay, look, see, guys, I wish we can just change the narrative of switching it from man to man now. Look at the system, bro. How many support group do you know that deals with, and the government are funding when it comes to women being abused? Those things are in place. We even see it on TV. How many gender-based violence things you see a man part of the advert? So it's not really the people.
In that there's a free call that is everything is for free when it comes to women.
Yeah, it's the system, because they just wanted to believe that, okay, a man is but I mean, at the end of the day, look, there's something that somebody, I think Ori posted it on his status, or I think one of my friends posted it on his status, when they said, somebody said, either you take it or leave it. Men are not being loved. Dog will be loved. Women will be loved. But kids will be loved. So how are you cool with that? You see how comfortable. Okay, so you're putting in my head that I need to be a provider, a helper in everything to my family. Then I can't feel loved. So I should be normal and be exactly. So you should see that it's a system. So I should be fine. That I'm like, I mean, okay, look, you see women nowadays say a guy can actually suspend his 2 paycheck salary just to buy his partner something. Nothing wrong with giving, but I think we should be able to water into each other. So you want to look good and I should look average. Where is the balance? So it's a system thing, Victor. We need to start changing the narrative for us in terms of that. Okay, we need to do better. When Victor needs me, I need to be there.
And one thing I learned from what you just said to me is because there is some therapies that we most average men can't even afford, And another thing I want to mention or touch is when you see someone passing through something, like when you see a guy passing through, most people, they make fun of it. They make joke of it. And when this guy that is trying to express himself and got mocked, he kills inside, because it goes in.
Vic, I think, look, Vic, I get your point, but look, Vic, this is the truth. See, the generation of our life right now is different from the previous generation. Vic, every man should go build their inner tenacity right now. True. People are going to gossip your situation. Because if we keep hiding on, don't share, because, bro, there is nothing that has never happened before. So if anything happens to me, I need to talk to another man, go and talk to them. If they want to mock you, let them mock you. But bro, at the end of the day, you need to stay alive. You are going through stuff now. You don't know what Ori will do tomorrow. So now, how come I'll be fidgeting that somebody is going to gossip me? And okay, so it's better for me to go and commit suicide.
But also, you need to know your circle.
Build your inner tenacity, bro. Build it.
But at the end of the day, also, if you ever have that mentality of what people gonna say, then you're gonna die inside.
Exactly.
You're
so
gonna,
it's better to not go and commit suicide.
I have a friend that passed on few days ago. He got a partial stroke. And I felt like, sometimes he complained about rent and all that. And I was like, okay, this is what you have to do. This is what you have to do. Sometimes I help financially, but, friends don't have always. You get what I mean? But at the end of the day, I used to sometimes talk to him like, you don't have to stress about this. You don't have to do it. Because at the end of the day, we need each other, right? And I can advise him to go for a therapy while I know his financial status. And you get what I mean?
So you are there. So like if there's anything to talk about, honestly for me, I am not gonna lie. I honestly think therapy is a waste of money. Sorry to all the therapists. But if I got a brother who I can really talk to, you basically my therapist, why am I going to pay the person outside for? Do you
I
understand?
think it's also even pride and ego for somebody to say I'm going through a lot. I can't, bro.
I don't think
bro,
it's not pride and ego, Tunji. It's like you said,
System.
it's the system. It's not easy to open up. Like
Now let's try to use few minutes or few seconds to like, I don't know, if we can be able to advise people maybe going through a lot, because most of the times if you check people that are committing suicide, it's men. If you check people that are dying in silence, like you can develop a heart attack, BP, from thinking too much, from stressing, while other people maybe as a husband, how can we advise a wife when your husband is really passing through something? How do we go? Because
I think I'm just gonna drop this real quick.
yeah, because most times the cycle or the peace you get from home matters a lot also.
Okay, look.
Do you get what I mean?
This for me is just for every man out there. Yeah. I think you need to get to a point right now because look, to every man out there going through one, two things or the other, or life is sweet and great for you. I want every man to build an inner tenacity and to also know that whatever level you are in now, don't attach your emotion to it. Yeah. Inflation and things are happening everywhere. What am I trying to say? If you are, don't put yourself in a particular stage and status because that status is not certain. So if you don't put yourself, so which means if you can afford to stay in Out Bay right now, have it at the back of your mind that life can turn tomorrow and you can fall back to Danune. Or you can fall back to a place where and you have to accept it. So when you are in Out Bay, living every day, there's something in your head that you are be grateful for where you are and be prepared that if table turns tomorrow, you can still be who you are.
But just a quick one. What advice do you have to people out there, to our viewers? Maybe most of them are watching us. They're going through depression, they're going through anxieties and all that. What do you have to say about them? Most especially, these things are happening to married people these days, if you get what I mean. So just a quick one. Just what advice do you have for them?
I honestly just feel like we need to create, like I said earlier, we need to create a safe space. Like we need to create a space where the next person can look at you and be like, oh, I can actually talk to Victor. I can actually confide in Victor because I know Victor has created that space for me. So honestly, that's literally the only advice I can give. And don't go talking to everybody. Know who you can talk to because other people will take your dirty laundry outside and so just know who to talk to.
But as for me, I feel like in your circle, you should be able to have one person that can tell you the truth. And those truths sometimes do hurt, but this person is going to tell me the way it is. Yes. So as a man, you must have someone that you can pour your heart to. Don't try to, just one person. There must be one person in your circle that this one is there for you, is real for you. Talk your mind. Don't worry, don't kill yourself. And try to do some exercise because those things do help. When you are depressed, you do exercise, you talk your mind out, you take a walk, you do all these things, you'll be able to pour your mind and you'll be free because suicide is real. So the best way to kill it is to talk your mind.
And also our viewers, you have listened to what we have to say about this. And to people that are going through things, please, find nearest person, like we all said here. Find a space that you can be able to express yourself. Don't kill yourself, don't commit suicide, because it's still not going to help you. The problem will still be there. And don't forget, this is Get Through Show on YouTube. Like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, because we have big, good topics coming up next. So don't touch the dial. See you in the next episode. Peace out.